Have you ever noticed a change when you start standing your ground? The moment you refuse to be swayed, something shifts. People who once seemed friendly turn distant, their words sharper, their warmth fading. Why? Here's a truth many overlook. When people can't steer your choices, they don't just walk away, they strike back quietly. They use subtle tactics like guilt, rumors, or isolation to pull you back in line. Stoicism shows us real power lies in self-control, not bending to others. Are you truly free? Or are you caught in their hidden traps? Stay until the end to uncover their sneakiest move. It's the one you least expect. Let's dive in. 1. They tarnish your name. When you refuse to be controlled, some people don't back off. They get crafty. If guilt doesn't work, they turn to a darker tactic, spreading rumors. They won't face you head-on. Instead, they whisper half-truths, twist your actions, or invent stories to damage your reputation. Their goal isn't to tell the truth, it's to make others doubt you, to paint you as the problem. Why? Because if they can't sway you directly, they'll try to turn your friends, family, or colleagues against you to weaken your stance. This isn't about honesty, it's about power. People who rely on control hate when you stand tall, so they spread gossip to create chaos. They might say, "I heard they're not trustworthy," or "They've changed, and not for the better." These lies are meant to make you panic, to push you into defending yourself. The moment you start explaining, you're trapped in their game. They want you to react, to look disparity, because that gives them the upper hand. But here's the secret. Your silence is stronger than their words. Stoic wisdom helps us see through this. Marcus Aurelius said, "You don't need to be disturbed by what others say. Your peace is your victory." Rumors only have power if you let them shake you. Think of lies like smoke. They spread fast, but disappear just as quickly if you don't fan the flames. The more you fight back, the more attention you give their stories. But if you stay calm and let your actions speak, the truth shines through. People who spread lies often expose themselves because falsehoods can't hold up forever. I once dealt with someone who tried this. When I set clear boundaries, they started telling others I was cold and selfish. At first, I wanted to set the record straight, to prove them wrong. But then I paused. Instead of arguing, I kept being myself, honest, steady, kind. Over time, people saw the disconnect between the rumors and who I was. The person spreading lies lost credibility, not me. Their own words betrayed them. Because truth has a way of rising above noise. So, how do you handle this? First, recognize the tactic. If someone's spreading stories, ask yourself, are they seeking clarity or just trying to hurt me? Second, don't engage. Defending yourself gives lies more fuel. Let your character do the talking. Consistent actions outweigh empty words. Finally, trust time. Lies crumble under scrutiny, but truth endure. Those who gossip reveal their weakness, not yours. Stay steady, keep your focus, and let the rumors fade. Your reputation isn't built on what others say, it's built on who you are. Don't let their noise drown out your strength. 2. They pull you back with guilt. When you start standing firm and making your own choices, people who want control don't just accept it. They switch tactics. Instead of forcing you, they lean on something sneakier: guilt. It's subtle but powerful. They'll say things like, "After all I've done, this is how you repay me." Or, "I thought you cared about me." Their words are designed to make you feel selfish, ungrateful, or wrong for setting boundaries. This isn't about fairness or love. It's about keeping you in their grip without you noticing. Guilt is their favorite tool because it's quiet and effective. They might remind you of past favors, exaggerate their struggles, or act hurt to make you second-guess yourself. The goal: to trick you into bending to their will. Not because you want to, but because you feel you owe them. It's a trap that works only if you let it. Stoicism teaches us that real freedom comes from mastering your own mind, not letting others pull your strings. Epictetus said, "No one is free unless they control themselves." That's the key. Their guilt trips only have power if you give in to them. Think of it like a game of tug-of-war. They pull on your emotions, hoping you'll slip and give up ground. But if you stay calm and hold steady, their efforts fall flat. They want you to react, to feel obligated, to explain yourself. That's where they win, when you start playing their game. But what happens if you don't? If you recognize their words for what they are, a tactic, and refuse to engage, they lose their hold. Your strength lies in staying centered, not in arguing or justifying. I once knew someone who was a master at this. When I set a boundary, they'd sigh and say, "I guess I'm not important to you anymore." At first, it stung. I wanted to explain, to prove I cared, but then I saw the pattern. Their words weren't about truth, they were about control. So, I stopped reacting. I smiled and said, "That's not true, and I'm sticking to my decision." Their frustration was clear. Without my emotional reaction, they had nothing to work with. That moment taught me guilt only wins if you let it. So, how do you handle this? First, spot the signs. If someone's words make you feel pressured or ashamed for no clear reason, ask yourself, is this a fair request? Or are they trying to steer me? Second, stay calm. The less you react, the weaker their grip. Don't argue or over-explain. Just state your choice and move on. Finally, remember, you don't owe anyone your freedom. Guilt is their weapon, but only if you pick it up. Stay grounded. Trust your judgment and let their tactics fade. Your power is in choosing yourself, no matter how hard they try to pull you back. 3. They cut you off from support. When you stand firm and refuse to be controlled, some people don't confront you directly. If their other tactics fail, they try something colder. They work to isolate you. They plant doubts, spread subtle lies, or create tension to pull your friends, family, or colleagues away from you. Their aim isn't just to upset you, it's to leave you alone, vulnerable, and easier to influence. Why? Because your strong connections make you harder to manipulate, and they can't stand that. Isolation is a quiet weapon. They might whisper to others, "I'm not sure you can trust them," or drop hints that you're not who you seem. They stir conflict, twist your words, or exaggerate issues to drive wedges between you and your circle. The goal is to make you feel unsupported, to question who's on your side, and to weaken your confidence. If you're alone, they think, you'll be more likely to bend. It's a tactic of control, not care. And it works only if you let it shake you. Stoic wisdom helps us counter this. Seneca said, "Choose companions who lift you up, not those who tear you down." Your strength lies in nurturing real bonds, not chasing those swayed by lies. Think of it like a tree in a storm. Shallow roots snap, but deep ones hold firm. People who try to isolate you are like gusts of wind. They push and howl, but they can't uproot you if your true allies stand by you. Over time, those who matter will see through the deception, and those who drift away were never yours to keep. I once faced someone who tried this. When I wouldn't budge on my choices, they started sowing doubts among my friends, saying I was distant or selfish. At first, it stung. I wanted to fix every misunderstanding, but I shifted focus. I poured energy into my real relationships, stayed true to my values, and let my actions speak. Slowly, the truth became clear. My true friends stayed, and the ones who believed the whispers faded out. The person pulling strings lost their power, because I didn't let their game break me. So, how do you handle this? First, recognize the tactic. If someone's stirring division, ask, are they building bridges or burning them? Second, strengthen your core connections. Spend time with those who know and support you. Lies can't break real trust. Third, let go of those who turn away. If someone's easily swayed, they're not your people. Isolation only works if you feel alone. Stay rooted. Surround yourself with truth, and keep moving forward. Your strength isn't in pleasing everyone. It's in knowing who's worth your loyalty and standing tall with them, no matter who tries to pull you apart. 4. They pose as the wounded. When you hold your ground and refuse to be controlled, some people don't fight fair. If guilt or rumors fail, they pull a clever trick. They play the victim. Instead of owning their actions, they spin a story where they're the innocent one. Hurt by your choices, they'll sigh, act shocked, or tell others how you've wronged them. This isn't about seeking justice. It's about flipping the script to make you look like the villain while they soak up sympathy. Their goal, to control how others see you and pressure you to back down. This tactic is sneaky because it's emotional. They might say, "I can't believe you'd do this to me," or tell others, "I was only trying to help, but they attacked me." By casting themselves as helpless, they dodge accountability and rally support. The more you try to explain yourself, the worse it looks. You seem defensive, and they seem wronged. It's a trap designed to pull you into their drama. The moment you argue, you're part of their act, and they've got you where they want you. But if you stay quiet, their performance falls apart. Stoic wisdom cuts through this. Epictetus said, "Don't let others steer your feelings. Your calm is your strength." Victim playing thrives on your reaction. If you get upset or try to prove your side, they win. But if you stay steady and detached, their story loses its grip. Think of it like a stage play. They're acting for an audience. But without your response, the crowd sees the truth. Over time, their exaggerated tales unravel, and their true motives show. Your power lies in not taking the bait, I once knew someone who pulled this move. When I set a firm boundary, they acted crushed, telling others I'd been cruel. At first, I wanted to clear my name, to show what really happened, but I stopped. Instead of arguing, I stayed true to myself, calm, fair, consistent. Soon, people noticed the gap between their sob story and my actions. The truth came out, not because I fought, but because I didn't. Their victim act only exposed their need for control, not my faults. So, how do you deal with this? First, spot the game. If someone's playing the victim, ask, are they hurt, or just dodging responsibility? Second, don't engage. Explaining yourself fuels their narrative. Let your actions speak instead. Third, save your energy. Truth doesn't need a loud defense. It surfaces quietly. Those who play the victim rely on your reaction to keep their story alive. Don't give them one. Stay composed. Keep your focus. And let their act collapse. Your strength isn't in proving them wrong, it's in staying true to who you are, no matter how they try to rewrite the story. 5. They shake your self-belief. When you refuse to be controlled, some people don't attack openly. If other tactics fail, they try a subtle move. They chip away at your confidence. They won't criticize you directly, but will drop sly comments to make you doubt yourself. They question your choices, hint you're not capable, or act like your ideas are risky. Their goal, to make you hesitate. Seek their approval, and hand them the reins. It's not about helping you, it's about keeping you unsure. These confidence shakers are clever. They might say, "Are you sure you can handle that?" Or, "That's bold, but it might not work out." These words aren't advice. They're darts aimed at your self-trust. They want you to second-guess your decisions, to feel unsteady, because an uncertain person is easier to steer. The trick is recognizing their game and not letting their doubts become yours. Your strength lies in knowing your worth, not proving it to them. Stoic wisdom lights the way here. Epictetus said, "Your value comes from within, not from others' opinions." Confidence isn't about everyone agreeing with you. It's about trusting your own judgment. Think of it like walking a tightrope. You're steady until someone shouts, "You're going to fall." Their words don't change the rope, but they can shake your focus. Manipulators do the same. They don't weaken your ability, just your belief in it. Stay focused, and their tactics lose power. I once had someone who did this. Every time I made a bold move, they'd raise an eyebrow and say, "That's ambitious, but it's a big risk." At first, I felt the need to justify myself, to convince them I was right. Then I saw their pattern. They weren't concerned. They were controlling. So, I stopped explaining. I'd nod and say, "I've got this." That simple shift shut them down. Without my doubt to feed on, they had no leverage. My confidence became my shield. So, how do you counter this? First, spot the intent. If someone's questions make you feel unsteady, ask, "Are they helping or undermining me?" Second, trust your reasoning. If you've thought through your choices, don't let their skepticism sway you. Third, don't over-justify. A quick, "I'm confident in my decision," is enough. Their doubts are their tool, not your truth. Keep believing in yourself. Stay firm and move forward. Your confidence is your power. Don't let anyone dim it with their whispers. The strongest you is the one who trusts their own path, no matter who tries to shake it. 6. They hope for your downfall. When you refuse to be controlled, some people don't cheer your strength. They resent it. If their other tactics fail, they resort to a quiet, bitter move. They wait for you to fail. They smile, nod, and say, "That's great." But inside, they're not rooting for you. They're watching, hoping you'll stumble. Your success stings them, reminding them of their own limits. Unable to match you, they'd rather see you fall than rise. This waiting game is subtle. They might offer faint praise or say, "That's a tough goal. Good luck," with a smirk. They're not invested in your wins. They're betting on your losses. Why? Because your victories challenge their sense of control, and your failure would soothe their ego. But here's the key. Your success doesn't depend on their approval. Their doubts can't stop you unless you let them. Stoic wisdom cuts through this. Epictetus said, "Focus on your growth, not on those who wish you ill." Think of it like a race. Some spectators clap, hoping you'll trip, but the runner keeps their eyes on the finish line. Those waiting for your fall are just noise. They can't change your path unless you slow down for them. Your power lies in pushing forward, not proving them wrong. I once knew someone who played this game. When I chased big goals, they'd say, "That's ambitious, but it's risky." When I hit a setback, they were quick with, "I knew it'd be hard." Their support was fake. Their hope pinned on my failure. So, I stopped seeking their validation. I focused on my work, and when I succeeded, their silence spoke louder than their words. My progress was my answer, not their doubts. So, how do you handle this? First, spot the signs. If someone's support feels hollow, ask, are they cheering for me or waiting for a slip? Second, ignore their noise. Your goals are yours. Don't let their skepticism steer you. Third, keep climbing. Every step forward proves them wrong without a fight. Those who wait for your fall thrive on your doubt. Don't give them that. Stay focused. Stay driven. And let your success silence their hopes. Your strength isn't in their applause. It's in your ability to rise. No matter who's betting against you, keep going and watch their expectations crumble as you soar. 7. They mirror your moves. When you refuse to be controlled, some people don't fight or flee. They mimic. If their other tactics fail, they start copying you. Your bold choices, fresh ideas, or unique style suddenly show up in their actions. At first, it might seem like flattery, but it's not. They're not inspired, they're trying to steal your shine. Unable to outdo you, they imitate your path, hoping to claim your success without the work, but they'll always trail behind. This copying is a strange power play. They might adopt your habits, echo your words, or chase the same goals you set. Why? Because your independence threatens them, and mimicking you feels like a shortcut to your strength. But here's the truth, no matter how closely they copy, they can't capture what makes you you, your authenticity, your mind. Your journey is untouchable. They're just chasing a shadow, not the light itself. Stoic wisdom clarifies this. Seneca said, "True worth lies in your character, not in imitation." Think of it like a painting. A copy might look similar, but it lacks the soul of the original. Copiers can mimic your moves, but they can't replicate your depth. Their efforts reveal their own lack of originality, not your weakness. Your power is in staying true to yourself, not worrying about their echoes. I once knew someone who did this. When I took on new projects or shared ideas, they'd quickly follow suit, acting like it was their own spark. It frustrated me. My work felt hijacked. But then I realized their copying showed I was ahead. So, I kept evolving, changing my approach. They couldn't keep up, and their lack of vision became clear. That taught me imitation isn't a threat, it's proof you're leading. So, how do you handle this? First, see it for what it is. If someone's mirroring you, ask, are they growing or just copying? Second, keep moving forward. The more you innovate, the harder it is for them to follow. Third, don't waste energy on their game. Focus on your path, not their shadows. Copiers thrive on your attention. Deny them that, and they fade. Your uniqueness is your strength. Let them try to mimic. They'll never match your core. Stay original. Keep growing. And leave them scrambling to catch up. The real you is one of a kind. And no imitation can change that. 8. They push your emotional buttons. When you stand your ground and resist control, some people don't give up quietly. If other tricks fail, they turn to a fiery tactic. They try to spark your emotions. They'll toss out insults, exaggerate issues, or dig up old mistakes to rile you up. Their aim isn't to have a real argument. It's to make you lose your cool. If they can get you angry or upset, they gain the upper hand, painting you as irrational while they play the calm one. This move is all about provocation. They might say, "You're so selfish," or "You always mess things up," hoping to trigger a heated reaction. The second you snap, they step back and act superior, saying, "See, they're out of control." It's a setup to flip the script and make you look like the problem. Your emotions are their fuel. The more you react, the stronger their position. But if you stay composed, their plan fizzles out. Calmness is your greatest weapon. Stoic wisdom guides us here. Marcus Aurelius said, "Stay steady, and don't let others pull you into their storm." Emotional control is true power. Think of it like a fire. They're throwing sparks, hoping you'll burst into flames. But if you don't give them kindling, the sparks die out. Provokers need your reaction to win. If you refuse to engage, they're left empty-handed. Your strength lies in choosing peace over chaos, no matter how hard they push. I once faced someone who tried this. When I wouldn't bend, they threw sharp jabs, saying I was arrogant and thoughtless. My instinct was to fire back, to defend myself. But I took a breath and saw their game. Instead of arguing, I said, "That's an interesting view," and left it at that. Their frustration was clear. They wanted a fight, not a shrug. By staying calm, I kept control, and they had nothing to work with. That moment showed me composure isn't weakness, it's victory. So, how do you handle this? First, spot the bait. If someone's words feel designed to sting, ask, Are they seeking truth or just a reaction? Second, pause before responding. A deep breath can stop you from falling into their trap. Third, choose your battles. Not every jab deserves a reply sometimes. Walking away is the win. Their provocations only work if you take the bait. Stay cool. Keep your focus. And let them tire themselves out. Your power isn't in shouting back. It's in staying unshaken. No matter how loud they try to make you roar. You've seen how people try to pull you back when you stand firm. Their tactics: guilt, rumors, victim acts, isolation, doubt, provocation, copying, or waiting for your fall. Only work if you let them. Stay calm. Trust yourself and keep moving forward. Your power lies in owning your path. If this hit home, comment with "I am unshakable" and share which tactic you've faced. Like and subscribe for more insights to stay strong. Next time, we'll explore how to thrive under pressure. Keep rising. Your journey is yours alone. See you soon.